What do you do for work? So I've gotten this question a couple times, it's sort of like, hey, how you doing? What do you do for work? Sort of like a casual talking point, but I don't know how to explain it well. I remember seeing a Reddit post, 10, that was like, if you can't sum up your job in 4 words or less, it's useless. And my job is design engineer, but I neither design or really engineer, it feels like. So it feels like it's a bad descriptor. But also it's an interesting question too, because I hear in Europe what they ask, like, oh, what do you do? People's first response is not usually their career or occupation, but it's usually their hobbies, things they like to do. And to that, I guess I would say gaming, anime, reading, I guess, learning Japanese. We're cooking on that. Trying to learn how to draw soon, or making videos, I guess I could say. But I don't know what do I do? Because obviously I go to work, spend like 8 hours there, come home, but it's hard to explain what you do to someone sort of out of the loop. So that's why I'm here. We're here to figure that out. What do I do? Background info. I work for a tier 1 automotive supplier. Technically tier 2, but so you got like the big ones, Ford, Stellantis, the other ones. And then you got us, who actually supplies directly to them. Technically, we supply to like the factories that like organize all the parts by like what order they're gonna go and what car they go in. And then they are technically the tier 1 supplier. But they don't really make the parts, so that's where we come in. In that role, it's a pretty big company. Half of the company works on like, or half of our profits come from electronics, half of them come from heat exchangers, which is where I work in. It's a dying business with EVs, but there's also HVAC. HVAC is quite large. So I work with heat exchangers, radiators, condensers, evaporators. They're all kind of the same thing. Evaporators are part of HVAC. Your car's HVAC, so heating, ventilation, AC. And the radiator obviously takes hot air to cool down your engine. The condenser sort of does the same thing, but it obviously condenses gas into water or condenses gas into liquid. And so what I do, like, oh, we're changing the parts supplier for this, oh, we're changing the cap, the condenser cap for this, and then I have to change the engineering drawing that we have, and then it's got to go all the way up the chain of my work and then all the way back down. It takes a while. And then there's various sort of projects like that. Of course, I'm not the one ever coming up with it. I think our plant does. They send it over to our headquarters where I'm at, the engineering headquarters, and we sort of do all the business and technical aspects, and then I'm sort of the middleman, plant, higher ups. And I guess that's how I describe it. There's other projects. There hasn't been any new car projects because sort of HVAC is sort of what we're changing into, and all the heat exchanger stuff is, the business is dying down, and most of it's just like legacy products, maintenance, sort of how we can optimize things for profit. And so what do I do? How do I explain this in 4 words? I work with car heat exchangers. I issue change requests for car heat exchangers. I should put this on my LinkedIn once I'm done with it. That sounds good. I issue changes and optimizations for radiators, condensers, and evaporators, and the whole engine cooling module system, but doing a little bit more work on HVAC as well. New product. All right, I'll just have to remember that. So that's what I do. Have any questions? Comment below. I don't use my degree that much, to be honest. They say it's a requirement, but I feel like once you have the job, you can sort of hone in on that training, and of course you have expertise, and you're there every day. So I feel like you really don't need to spend thousands of dollars, but I guess it's a requirement. See you tomorrow. I think I'm wearing the same shirt as yesterday. Ignore that. See you tomorrow.